as eBayers, we're told we have to list, 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 list. And the more you list, the more you sell. And then if you stop listing, oh my gosh, what is going to happen? Your sales are just going to plummet. Well, I did a little bit of a test scenario in June. I went from listing 10 items a day to 5 items a day, and the results are pretty surprising. What's up, y'all? It is your girl, Sarah from Sarah's Styles here. In today's video, I'm going to look at my results and see what actually happened to my sales when I went from listing 10 items a day to listing 5 items a day. I am a stay-at-home mom of 3 if you are new to this channel, so my children are home during this summer. I worked really hard in May to get enough photos ready to send to my VAs so that I can have 5 items a day to list. I will link a video up here for my banking system if you guys are interested in that as well. But I essentially went from listing 10 items every single day to 5 items every day. So my listings went down by half, and we're going to look at the results right now. So if you guys are new to my channel, what we're going to be looking at is the Sarah Styles Sales and Trends Dashboard. This is for purchase. So if you are interested in having this data for your reselling business, this is for purchase. You copy and paste your information in here. Up to 25 different platforms can go into this. So for me, I'm on Poshmark and eBay. These are my Poshmark and eBay sales for the last 28 days. So I know that June is a full 30 days, and we will get into that in a minute, but I kind of just want to see what happens on a 28-day rolling basis. What happened when I went from listing 10 items a day to listing 5 items a day? And you can see, yes, okay, my sales did decrease. Absolutely, my sales decreased. But before you stop and say, hey, your sales decreased, you shouldn't do this, there's a little bit more to it. And I'm going to analyze the data a little bit more. So definitely make sure to stick around. My sell-through rate went down. If you guys are new to the channel, sell-through rate is how many items you're selling out of how many items that you have. So for 28 days, 9% of my inventory, 9% of the items that I have listed have sold. My average sale price is $34. What's really cool about this, like I said, I did go down 28 days to the prior 28 days. So essentially June to May-ish, give or take a couple days in there. But if you look at my last July compared to, I sold 173 items last July compared to this July, I sold 192 items. So yes, my sales did go down, but is it because of summer slowdown, or is it because I was listing less? Because you can see year over year, I'm actually increasing, right? And so when you're looking at your data and you're looking at your numbers, month over month is fine, but you have to keep in mind seasonality. Not to mention, we're in a COVID year. Everything is opening back up. I linked in my Instagram some articles. I think they're on one of my highlights if you guys want to see it, but I linked some articles. The economy is starting to recover, and people, instead of staying home and shopping online, they're going out, and their money, consumer money, is being spent on services and travel. So let's look a little bit more into the data, and I'll tell you what I think. Definitely interested in what you guys think. Do you think it's because I was listing less, or do you think it's because it's summer slowdown and things were just slow to begin with? So on that note, I did take a survey. Keep in mind, I am not a ginormous channel. And so this had 125 participants when I closed it out to do this video this morning. But I asked others in the community, was June slower for you? Is it just me because I was listing less? Or is it really a summer slowdown? 70% of people, keep in mind, like I said, I am a smaller channel, so this is only 121 votes, but 70% of people said, hey, yeah, I was really slow. So before we look at one more thing, and I tell you guys what I think happened if you actually are going to slow down, if you stop listing as much. If you guys like reseller content, you want to learn how to make money reselling and looking at your numbers and data-driven strategies, I don't just tell you, hey, this is what I did and you should do it as well. I show you, I walk you through my data so you guys can start making these decisions for yourself as well. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, save it and share it to other people if you like it. If you liked it, they probably will as well. And then do make sure to hit that notifications, because every single month I do share my whole revenue from the gross all the way down to my net, including my social media and my digital products, how much I make on a monthly basis. But then what that actually means once you take out cost of goods, once you take out shipping and fees and expenses and taxes, what that actually means and what that looks like. So make sure to hit that notification so you can see my June numbers from that perspective towards the end of the month. So let's take a look now at one more thing. Again, this is the sales and trends dashboard. Before we were looking at this chart, I want to scroll down just a little bit. So this is my actual monthly summary. And what is this telling me? So over here, I do have a goal. You can track and manage, hey, this is how much money I want to hit, and this is where I need to get to the goal. This is pretty cool. So not necessarily part of the video, but just because I talked about the goal, and it's really cool because that goal, it looks at, you can come down to the simulator and say, I want to make $9,000, and come over to this chart, and this dashboard will tell you exactly what you need to do. It doesn't matter what niche you sell in. It doesn't matter what platforms you sell on. This is based off of your numbers and data, and tells you exactly how many items you need to sell to hit your goal, what your ASP needs to be, and how many active listings you need to have to get there. So I just love that little feature in the dashboard. So I wanted to highlight it really quick. So we're looking at up here, we are looking at June 1st, 2021, gross revenue, $6,500. So yes, I was down, but like I said, I was still on par. My July was about what it was. I sold a little bit more than I sold last year. My ASP was down a little bit. So I'm pretty much net neutral to last year. I'm not growing, but was I actually slower? Yes, I was slower than May, but I don't think I was actually slower. And the other thing that I found very interesting, you can see in this chart over here, is my items listed versus my items sold. Chris at A Daily Refinement has this reseller Nirvana. A lot of people achieve it. I definitely look at it to see how much I'm going to list, but I only listed 78 items. Reseller Nirvana says you will sell as many as you list. I listed 78 items. I sold 192 items. I absolutely sold significantly more than I was listing. Does that mean that you have to list more to sell more? And my answer is in June. Let me know what you guys think. I definitely want to know what your data is saying, what you guys think. If there's certain points of the analysis that you're like, hey, Sari, did you think about this? Definitely drop those down below. But what I think is happening is I think there is a summer slowdown. And I think the listing is not necessarily correlated directly to when you are listing. So I think it takes a little bit of time, right? Because you're not selling. If I list something today, I'm not selling it today. It typically will take a month or two to sell. So I think there's a little bit of lag, and I'll be interested to see what happens in July. If I'm still only listing 5 a day in June, do my sales start to slow down in July, or are they going to stay consistent in what I was doing last July? So make sure to hit that subscribe button. I do think a lot of it was summer slowdown for sure. If you look at the economy and you look at what the trends are saying, and people are getting outside and spending more of their money outside doing things because it's been a year since we've been able to do things, as well as looking at the community, 70% said their sales are down as well. So I think it's a little bit of a mix of both, but I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it and see what happens to my July numbers if listing less in June actually impacts my July numbers. If you liked this video, YouTube thinks you're also going to like this video, and I will link a playlist here of more analytics, reseller tips and tricks that I think you guys will like, and make sure to hit that subscribe button.